everybody? Son of Richie for the 10 best albums from 1973. Now, I know there's some other people that are doing this, and they're already up to 74, 75. Kind of lagging behind. But I'm going to jump right into it. My number 10 album from 1973 is actually one of my favorites. And it's the New York Dolls debut. Now, when this came out, I'm thinking, man, this is like a Mick Jagger ripoff. You know, that was my very first reaction. But I must say, this is a better album than what the Stones released in 73. It starts off with Personality Crisis, which is a great song, but it's just, I don't know, it's different than anything else that I had heard at this point. Looking for a Kiss, Vietnamese Baby, and then you got Lonely Planet Boy, which is the wanker on the side. Let's be quite frank about it. But man, side 2 starts out with Trash. Just fantastic. Johnny Thunders. Just great album. And it's my number 10. The New York Dolls. Number 9. A band that I never got to see the New York Dolls. I mean, honestly, when they first came out, I wasn't really a fan. But number 9 is Herbie Hancock, a band that I think I saw them 3 times. And this is a fantastic album. It actually was a quite popular album. It's a funky album. I mean, it's jazz, but it's definitely got a funk edge to it. It's just a fantastic album. There's a really cool shot of the band. And, yeah. If you watch the video I did with Mazzy on concerts, I tell you a little story about me and Bill Summers. Number 8. A fantastic album. It's Curtis Mayfield, Back to the World. This is a older copy. It's kind of discolored right there, and it's actually autographed by Mr. T. Fantastic. And it's a gatefold. I did buy another version, and $5.99 apparently I paid for it. It's very clean, but it isn't a gatefold. You know, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyways, yeah, side 1 of this is darn near perfect. I don't know if it's, all the songs are really good. Funky, you know, the typical 70s Curtis Mayfield. I don't know if any of them are as good as the best songs on Superfly. But Superfly does have some of those soundtracky songs that I just think are pretty bad. But yeah, very good, man. Number 8. My number 7 is Charlie Rich, Behind Closed Doors. I love this album, man. I think it's fantastic. It was a monster hit. They played it on the AM radio a lot here in Bakersfield. It had 2 monster hits, Behind Closed Doors and The Most Beautiful Girl. But yeah, one song is actually pinned by Charlie Rich. One of the songs is pinned by his son, and 3 of the songs were pinned by his wife. And it's really got a good feel to it. There's no bad songs on it, man. A Sunday Kind of Woman is just really nice. But my favorite is I Take It On Home. And that song speaks to me. I mean, my woman, she stands by my side, and I'm standing by her side. I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize that relationship. And yeah, this is just a very heartfelt, fantastic album. Number 6? Yeah, number 6 already, man. I'm buzzing through these. This is Terry Reid, River. Man, the drums on this, they have a groove. Not just the drums. I mean, the drums, they're playing different rhythms, not your standard rock rhythms. And this whole album has a very jazzy and funky feel to it. The vocals by Terry Reid are very trippy. Sometimes you can't understand a word the guy's saying. And as a lot of people probably know, he was originally going to be the singer for Led Zeppelin. He turned it down and he steered him to Robert Plant. And I've heard comments on videos, oh, Terry Reid, he's no Robert Plant. No, he isn't. But if you listen to the vocals on this album, he would have worked with Led Zeppelin. It would have been a different band, but he would have been able to pull it off. And yeah, this is a fantastic album. Side 1 is kind of like that Curtis Mayfield. It's darn near perfect. Side 2 is a little mellower, and it ends with Milestones, which to me is the weakest song on the album. Now we're in the top 5. And this is an artist I believe was in my 72 list. And it's Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions. Really cool album cover. Yeah, this is a fantastic album. You got Too High, which is a great song. Some of the lyrics are kind of, I don't know. It wasn't written by a stoner, let's put it that way. Visions is kind of a mellow song, but it's not bad. I really like it. And then you got Living for the City and Golden Lady. Just a great side 1, man. Higher Ground starts off side 2, which was also a single. Too High and Living for the City and Higher Ground were the ones that I remember getting played on the radio. Jesus, Children of America, another great song. All in Love is Fair, another kind of love song, but really, really good, man. Don't You Worry About a Thing, and He's a Mr. Know-It-All. Not a bad song on this album, man. Maybe Stevie Wonder's best, in my opinion. I know some people disagree with that, but I think this is probably his best album. And number 4, I think this is this artist's best album, and it's Lou Reed, Berlin. Now this, a lot of people like the album that came out before this, Transformer, more. I think the actual songwriting on this is much better than Transformer. This is where he kind of started he's not singing, he's kind of actually just talking, the songs. So it kind of starts with this album. And yeah, but let's just go through some of the songs. Berlin, the first song, it's basically him singing. He does kind of sing on that one, but it's only piano. And then you got the next song, Lady Day, and it's like bombastic. Dong, dong, dong. It starts out like that, And Men of Good Fortune, another kind of bombastic at times. But then you got Caroline Says. And Caroline Says is like, it's driven by the bass. And it's Jack Bruce from Cream on bass. You got Ansley Dunbar on drums. I mean, there's a superstars on this. But it's driven by the bass. But then it builds up and it goes, it really just builds up at the end. And then it goes straight into How Do You Think It Feels? Which I think is one of Lou Reed's best songs ever. And it ends with some really, really strong guitars. The album, side 1, ends with Oh Jim, which is kind of an acoustic driving. And then it has some really prominent guitars in it as well. Now, side 2 is musically a lot more mellow than side 1. Sad song kind of has these strings and stuff at the end. But the first 3 songs on side 2 are kind of acoustic-y, mellowy songs, And I mean, it's like I wouldn't say it's quite like a John Denver, but the lyrics, Caroline Says, you can hit me all you want, but I don't love you anymore. I mean, that's pretty brutal, dude. The second, The Kids, the second song, it's, the very first line of the song is, they're taking her children away. And then at the end of the song, you have these crying kids and stuff. I mean, it's really it's some trippy, deep, heavy. I guess heavy is the word. Some heavy lyrics on this album all the way through. The Bed This is the bed where we laid and where our children were conceived. And it's where she slit her wrist. And vocally, it has the one part that I think it doesn't work. And it's where he goes, oh, what a feeling. I mean, it's horrible. The way he sings it's horrible. It just doesn't work. And for me, it's only just one line that he sings maybe 3 times in the song. It's the only thing negative I can find about this whole album, man. Side 3, we got Weather Report, Sweet Nighter, fantastic. I believe this is the last album that features this guy on bass, Miroslav Vitros. I don't know, I'm probably not saying that very well. But yeah, his run of Weather Report albums was really good. Alfonso Johnson came in, and I think he was good too. But anyways, it starts out with the Boogie Woogie Waltz, just a fantastic Weather Report song. Now, the second song is a Wayne Shorter song, and the soprano sax is heavily featured in that. The third song on side 1 is Adios, and it's kind of, I would call it ambient. It's basically an ambient song, you know. Side 2 starts out blasting. It's the 125th Street Congress. And like I said, it comes out blasting right away. And what's interesting about that song is the soprano sax, at times it sounds like Miles Davis's trumpet. I mean, just a fantastic. And to label this like a jazz fusion, to me, it's a bit of an insult, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I don't hear Miles Davis being labeled jazz fusion. I do hear people say the electric ears. But yeah, these guys are fucking fantastic, dude. Number 2. Now, it's hard to say what album is this guy's best. But man, he had a string of them in the 70s. And my second favorite album from 1973 is David Bowie with Aladdin Sane. It starts off with Watch That Man, Aladdin Sane. I mean, it's great. But then you get to Drive-In Saturday and Panic in Detroit. For me, it doesn't get any better than that, man. Those songs are just some of the best songs from 73, period, from Bowie's career, period. I mean, I just love that stuff. Cracked Actor, that's an interesting song. The guitars in Cracked Actor remind me of the song London Calling. You know, you got the guitars pounding out the rhythm of the song, but deep in the background you have all these other guitar sounds and stuff. It's very good, man. Time, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The Prettiest Star. Let's Spend the Night Together. It's a cover of the Stones. And then you got their, people would say the hit, but it wasn't a hit. At least not in the States. Genie. And then The Lady, Grinning Soul. I do like side 1 better than 2, but it's number 2, man. 73, so you know I like it all. But yeah, fantastic. Yeah, man. And the number 1 album from 1973. Now, the one thing about, I listened to all these albums, and some of them I've listened to a lot. I mean, 3, 4, 5 times, trying to get the order, you know, because, I mean, I got some jazz, I got some country, I got some soul, some funky stuff, some rock. And, you know, when you're mixing genres like that, it's hard to, you know, put them in an order. So I just listen to them until I get an order that I'm comfortable with. But this album I only listened to once, and it's the best album from 73. It's the strongest album from 73. It just flows from the beginning all the way to the end. And I really don't have to say much about it. This is the 26th the 2016 version, which I've gone down on record as saying it's the best sounding version of this album. People say no, the UK originals are better. I'm kind of leery if they actually are, but if they are, okay, that's fine. But good luck finding one in good shape, you know? So, yeah, the 2016 reissues of the Pink Floyd, they're fantastic. And I know I'm the punk guy. How can you pick Pink Floyd? Because it's fantastic, dude. Great album. And that's it, man. 1973. I've already started listening to the 74 album, so hopefully it doesn't take me a month and a half to come out with the 74. But anyways, take care, everybody. Let's go. Dodgers.